Hello, everybody, and welcome to our channel. I'm Mark.
I'm Rob.
And today we're going to talk about the lawsuit from Dearica Hamby against Las Vegas Aces and the WNBA. And hey, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so and hit that notification bell when you do. So just so you know, I am a lawyer. I do mainly criminal defense, but I still know a little bit about other types of law. So I'll give a little bit of my viewpoint on this. There's a lawsuit that took place, and it was just filed in federal court. And it was Los Angeles Sparks forward Dearica Hamby filed a lawsuit in federal court in Nevada on Monday against the WNBA and the Las Vegas Aces, alleging unlawful workplace discrimination and retaliation. She alleges notable changes in how the Aces treated her after publicly announcing her second pregnancy in the fall of 2022, and that the team subsequently traded her in January 2023 as a result of her pregnancy. Mm-hmm. Hamby also claims the WNBA did not sufficiently investigate Las Vegas after she first came forward with her allegations of discrimination following her trade in January 2023, an investigation which later resulted in the WNBA rescinding the Aces 2025 first-round pick for impermissible player benefits and suspending coach Becky Hammon 2 games for violating the respect in the workplace policy. In the lawsuit, Hamby alleges that during a phone call in January 2023, prior to her trade, Hammon told her she was a question mark, and Hammon did not deny Hamby's assertion on the call that Hamby was being traded because she was pregnant. What do you think of that, Rob?
That's definite lawsuit right there. You can't do that. That's not how can you do that? You can't trade somebody. It's almost like firing somebody because they're pregnant.
To be clear, these are all allegations. So Hammon has vehemently denied any wrongdoing in the past and said, I handled Dearica with care from day one when she told me, and she knows that. And once I made the phone call that the decision has been made to move her, that's when everything kind of fell apart.
You think?
That's what she said. So Hammon said that the Aces made a math and business decision to trade Hamby because it could get 3 bodies in for her 1 contract. Hamby, a 2-time 6th player of the year, was traded in January 2023 to the Sparks for the rights of Amanda Zahio B in exchange of 2024 draft picks. Previously, Hamby filed a complaint with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission in September 2023, and she received her notice of right to sue in May, according to her attorneys. And then was filed suit Monday, and she's seeking compensatory damages. According to the lawsuit filed in the late spring of 2022, she got a 2-year contract extension with benefits outside the contract to entice her to sign and not test the open market. Among them, the lawsuit alleges the Aces offered to cover the private tuition costs for Hamby's first child, Amaya, in the form of a donation to the school. So Hamby signed the extension. However, the lawsuit says that Las Vegas general manager Natalie Williams and president Nikki Fargas, notice they're both women, were vague with Hamby in September and November about fulfilling the promise to pay the tuition after Hamby had alerted the team and the public of her second pregnancy. So as far as I understand, this was never paid. And then they traded her. The lawsuit alleges Hamby was told to vacate team-provided housing that fall.
Wow.
Okay. Hamby's lawsuit alleges a series of exchanges with Hammon, who was accused of asking Hamby whether her pregnancy was planned and telling her she did not make proper precautions to avoid pregnancy.
Wow.
Rob.
That's wow. That how are you gonna tell someone? How are you gonna tell someone to regulate and tell them when they should have a kid?
Well, we'll get into what they violated legally in a second. At the time, the Aces' punishment and Hammon's suspension in May 2023, the WNBA announced its findings and said it interviewed 33 people in addition to reviewing texts, emails, and other documents. Hamby alleged the WNBA failed to properly investigate her claims of workplace discrimination and did not interview key witnesses in connection, notably not interviewing any Las Vegas players or take future steps to deter conduct by Hammond. Now, Rob, how can you interview 33 people involved in this and no players?
Right. That's very strange. Yeah, especially in the workplace. Yeah, it's a workplace violation, and you can't interview someone about what was going on.
WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert previously said in a statement she was disheartened by the violation of the respect in the workplace policies, adding the Aces failed to adhere to league rules and regulations and were disciplined accordingly. Now, Hamby obviously doesn't think so. That's why she's suing the league also.
Right.
According to the lawsuit, Las Vegas wrongfully obtained confidential medical records from Hamby, which is against the law, by the way.
Yes, it is. I know. I work in medical records, so I know about that. You can't do that without the patient's consent. You can't do that.
Yep. Did not extend her an invitation to attend the commemorative championship celebration at the White House, celebrating their first title, and issued a directive to players and staff to cease communication with her. I can't believe what I'm reading here.
What is...
Hamby is in her second season with Los Angeles. She made her third All-Star appearance last month and recently won a bronze medal at the Paris Olympics in the 3x3 basketball.
Right.
Now, the lawsuit in the timeline, according to Hamby, the events that led to the alleged discrimination from the signing of her contract extension in May of 2022 to when she first found out she was pregnant on or about July 18th, 2022. Other details in the lawsuit include specific conversation Hamby says she had with Aces head coach Becky Hammond, who is alleged to have told the WNBA forward she was not taking proper precautions not to get pregnant, and later questioned Hamby's commitment and dedication to the team.
So what are you doing? How are you going to tell us, hey, what do you think you're doing getting pregnant? How dare you? That's a detriment to the team. How dare you?
Specifically, during that conversation, Hamby says she was asked Hammond twice, "You're trading me because I'm pregnant?" Hammond is alleged to have replied, "What do you want me to do?"
Pretty simple.
There was also accusations they were concerned she was going to get pregnant a third time, Rob.
Oh, uh-oh.
Now
she's out of the league now. That's it. She's done. She's done for the league. That's it. It's like the 3-strike thing. 3 strikes, you're out.
Right. Now, here's the key, Rob. She gave birth to her son, Legend, on March 6, 2023, the lawsuit says, and she reported for training camp with the Sparks on April 28, 2003, on time, 7.5 weeks after she gave birth to her child, Rob, and didn't miss any of the 40 games that year. Wow. So this did not interfere at all with her contributing to either team. She didn't miss any games the year before with the Las Vegas Aces either, Rob. So this is amazing.
That's crazy.
Now, here's some legal stuff for you.
Oh, okay.
The WNBPA issued a statement Wednesday following the report of the complaint, with Executive Director Terry Carmichael Jackson saying, in the 2020 collective bargaining agreement, player parents gained protections that ensured becoming a parent did not mean the end of a career. Obviously, these protections did not change the nature of this business. Any team can trade a player for any reason or no reason at all, but that reason cannot be the basis of race, gender, sexual orientation, parental status, or pregnancy status. They're in big trouble reading that, Rob.
Yeah, that right there. Yeah, I mean, they are going to lose. I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not a lawyer like you, but I know with medical records, that's a definite violation. You cannot.
Now, and I'm sure that because this is in federal lawsuit, there is something called, this is a federal law, the Pregnant Workers Fairness Act, PWFA. It requires covered employees to provide reasonable accommodations to qualified employees with known limitations related to pregnancy. But the Players Association already indicated that was a violation of their rules having to do with pregnancy and players.
Right. It was violation of policy and rules. So that's right there.
Yeah. So
they're in trouble.
So I guess the key is, did the league do enough? And should Becky Hammon have been fired? So they lost a first-round draft pick. Was that enough? I don't know. It doesn't sound like they were even fined.
No.
The NFL would have fined you. The NBA would have fined you in addition to the first-round draft pick. So it sounds like they didn't do enough for that reason, because you need to fine them. And 2-game suspension for Becky Hammon after basically how she violated. Assuming this is true, this is all alleged. She did do this and really, basically traded her because she was pregnant, and then made her feel bad about it, essentially. Bullied her. I don't know. I think Becky Hammon should have been fired.
Bullied her and outcast her, telling the other players not to have any interaction with her.
What's amazing, the general manager, the owner, everybody involved in this, the coach, they're all women. You would think they would understand.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know that's going to happen. But to tell you say, hey, what are you doing? You should let us know. You can't get pregnant around the season. You can't. You're going to affect the team when it doesn't. And she's not the first player to get pregnant during the season, or even to get pregnant in the WNBA. No other team said this to another player about this.
So far, this lawsuit's just been filed, so discovery's not been exchanged yet. But there is, in a sense, evidence right now, because they said they had texts and emails and stuff like that. And they have the testimony of Hamby. So we don't know everything yet. But we know what we're hearing. And if it's all true, this makes the WNBA look awful, especially Becky Hammon. Right.
They didn't go far enough with that. They, like you said, they're women. You would think they would protect each other and definitely support each other, especially when another one of them get pregnant. That's a big. You always have showers and everything and support, but it's kind of just took it like it sounded like a bunch of men. It's like a bunch of old men.
She continued to play after she was pregnant too.
Yeah.
And then she didn't miss any of the next season. It didn't affect anything. It's amazing. So why? I don't know what the concern was, given that the birth was going to be 7 weeks before the next season. So I don't understand why they decided to trade her. And then, she felt it was bad. She got traded off a championship team. So there's more. This lawsuit's 18 pages long, and I didn't want to bore everybody with it. But there's more to this lawsuit. And it just seems bizarre to me that they weren't very understanding of this. And knowing, that's their job as the general manager and the coach, to understand these basic rules having to do with pregnancy and the Players Association rules.
Where's the HR? Where's HR in this thing? They don't have HR?
Well, because it's a women's league, this must be well known, Rob. These kind of facts must be well known. And apparently it didn't seem to matter to them. They just cared about winning. And in fact, it doesn't even seem to have affected their chances of winning, because she didn't affect her play at all.
Right.
You got pregnant, you're not committed to our team.
Yeah, how dare you?
Well, you can't start a women's league for women under 40 and expect that not to happen.
Right. Yeah. Jeez. Oh my goodness.
It's unbelievable to me that this is really what's going on. And I knew there was going to be some protection from the league, but I'm not sure they came down, especially on Hammon, hard enough. I'm not sure why she didn't get kicked out of the league. This is, I don't know. How can you not find that outrageous? Assuming what you said is true, and so far Hamby's given no reason that she's lying about this. There's no indication that she's lying, let's say. Why wasn't she fired? That's my question. I just found it despicable. This is how she handled it.
Yeah,
win at all costs type of thing.
Very
she didn't get pregnant with her husband.
Yeah. What's she gonna do? What's she gonna drive up and say, "Hey, you guys, cut it out. Cut it. No.
Don't do this a third time.
You can't do this.
Yeah, No hanky panky around our team.
You
You're not committed because you got pregnant.
Exactly. That's
Just
what I'm saying.
common decency having to do with being understanding that women are the ones that get pregnant in our society.
Yeah.
And women not being understandable is just, I'm flabbergasted by this
That's what I'm
lawsuit.
saying. Yeah. I'm like, wow.
I mean, the league doesn't look good anyways right now, and this just makes it look worse. And it makes Becky Hammond, who was not likable before, makes her look even worse. And I feel bad that I ever stuck up for her now. When she got shafted and didn't get stuck on the Olympic team, she was runner-up in the MVP the year before. According to rumor, because Ann Donovan, who was part of the committee, didn't like her. I don't even know if that's true, but people gave her a hard time for playing for Russia, and I stuck up for her. It's like, she wanted to play in the Olympics, and you guys screwed her over.
Right.
And now I'm saying, oh, maybe she was a big pain in the butt, and nobody liked her.
Right. Could have been.
Nobody wanted her for chemistry purposes.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I wonder if it's going to be settled. I wonder if there's going to be a lawsuit. This is going to be in the news for a while. These cases take a long time. And how can you say you did a thorough investigation when you didn't talk to any players?
Right.
You would think, they would know. They're accused. If you go back to what she said, Rob, in the beginning, it had to do with harassment and discrimination and things of that nature and retaliation. You would have to talk to the players to know that, because they could see things between her and the coach.
Right. Usually that's what happens when there's an incident at the workplace. Usually I've gone through that. When there was an incident in our department, they called all us in. HR called us in and asked us what was going on and what our opinion was. So we had to let the HR people know what was going on about this particular person. So
right. Well, who are the 33 people that don't include players?
Who are they talking to?
I mean, all you've got is like 4 coaches, the general manager, the owner. Who's left after that? I mean, that are more important than the players who saw the interaction between the coach and the player herself.
Right.
I'm flabbergasted.
They might have even heard this conversation going on.
Yeah. There's other people, I guess, in the office that work for the team. I can see that.
Right.
But that's not that many people. That's not 33.
Yeah.
Anyways, let us know what you think of this lawsuit. I think it's despicable. If it's true, again, these are allegations. I don't know if Becky Hammond did anything wrong. I do know after the WNBA did an investigation, she got suspended for 2 games for doing something wrong. So they felt she did. Mm-hmm. And the Las Vegas Aces also were concluded to have done something wrong by the league. So they look like crap too.
Yeah.
Anyways, let us know what you think of this video. And if you like the video, hit the like button. And if you've got some intelligent, non-insulting comments down below, feel free to make them about this. And I hope you're outraged, and especially if you're a woman, you're more outraged than we are, I would assume.
Right. Yeah, I would. Yeah. We're
going to watch women play on Friday night, a WNBA game between the Indiana Fever and Phoenix Mercury. We're going to cover that live from 7:30 to 9:30 approximately at ION. Our normal live show is 6 to 8 Eastern time on Monday, except for major holidays. So please join us for that. And you can call in for that if you want. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We just got 3,000 subscribers. We're looking for 4 when we need your help. If you want to donate to this channel, there's super chats and super thanks down below. And there's also a link to PayPal. And we'll see you in the next video.
Peace out.